So hi guys, welcome back to one more episode of Being a Better Parent with Royal Canin India. Today we have Dr. Milind Mhatre with us, who runs complete pet care clinic in Pune and with over 21 years of experience. So Doctor, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, hi.
And thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to ask you a lot of questions today, and this is all going to be from the perspective that I've been a pet parent for 15 years in my life. The first time when I had a pet, I made a lot of mistakes. But today, there's knowledge available today. There's a lot of awareness amongst people.
Yes.
Today, pet parenting is something that people take very seriously. Right? Are you okay if I start with dogs first? We talk about puppies first.
Puppies, yes.
Yep. So, when we talk about puppy care in the first year, what do you think are the first, the most important aspects, 3-4 points that you could list for us?
First year is actually very critical and crucial in the phase of the puppies because they are growing very fast. They need high protein diets. They need DHA for better development of vision, better development of brain, and all their cognitive abilities are developed in first year itself. So giving a high energy and high protein diet is very crucial. And I recommend to give a complete and balanced nutrition. And please check the packet of your dog food to see that it is mentioned that it's a complete and balanced diet. You should prefer foods which are commercially available. They are more balanced, and the destroyed vitamin proteins are actually again replenished in the food, and it's more balanced diet.
So I think it's more scientific
Approach towards nutrition.
Correct.
Yeah.
One critical point, right? Yeah, when I got my puppy, she was 3 months old. Yeah, her name was Phoebe, and I honestly don't know what to feed her. Yeah, so I went and I took इसका एक bag आता है ऐसे 5 या 10 kilo. I don't remember 5, 10, 20 kg. I don't know that big bag. I bought that. I started feeding her. Now today, because obesity is a big problem in pets also, I had no clue when to feed her, how much to feed her. I fed her the way humans eat. Yes, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yes.
Now, is this the right way, or is this actually
Quite similar to what you're saying, but we generally feed according to the age of the puppy.
Oh, okay.
It's more age-based because the stomach capacity is very different in different ages. In younger age, the stomach capacity is too small, so we feed around 4 times in a day to 5 times in a day.
Okay.
And this would be for around first to the 3 months. After 3 to 6 months, we generally switch over to 3 times a meal in a day. And later on, you can maybe shift to 2 times for dogs more than 6 months.
Okay. Can you help us with, what is the quantity?
There is all companies will have a chart mentioned, and there will be calculation written according to the age and the breed of puppy. So foods are actually formulated according to the breed, size and age. So you have starter foods, you have puppy foods and adult foods.
So let's say I'm in the supermarket, okay, and I have a puppy which is 3 or 6 months old, and now I want to buy food for my puppy. What would you advise? What is the 3-4 things that I should definitely take?
First thing, when you are checking a packet of food, you have to see there are some agencies which give recommendations about the nutrition, like ARCO. Then there is FEDIAF, which are providing gold standards for foods. So if your food is already a AFCO or FEDIAF registered or having that logo on it, it is first indication that it's good quality food, which is research based and also has good ingredients and has been researched for nutritional as well as palatability requirements of the dog, because dog should like to eat the food also. Basically, you have to see that you're buying a trusted food brand. You should not go for recommendation from any person. You are walking your dog and he just tells, "Arey, ye food do, ye bahut acha hai." Nahi. Do your own research. Check what companies are doing and follow the the company which is doing most research-oriented products and which has a good credibility. You can check with the breeder who has bred your puppy. You can ask him about the brand recommendation. Check with the veterinarian nearby for the brand recommendation. Don't go for online recommendations. Anyone can suggest you any food.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, at the start you spoke something about the DHA.
DHA.
What is the DHA?
It's very important for vision and brain development in puppies. In early phases, it also helps with our trainings. Like they grasp things faster.
Now, ये भी एक query होता है because a lot of times, my cousin has a German Shepherd, and when they grow up quite faster, should we limit their food intake, or is it very natural for some breeds to grow very fast, and for some breeds to take time?
You see, restricting food is something which I generally don't recommend.
Okay.
Because in that process we might not give them enough nutrition to grow. That's why we need to give the food which is designed for that particular breed. Like German Shepherds are into the maxi breed. So if you give the food which is having that particular recommendation, then you won't do that. And fast growing is actually not recommended also, because the bones have very complex structures. They take time to get their all structures in place. So slow and steady is a better approach.
Is it better?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, when we go to a pet store, what happens? There are treats over there. Is it okay to give these things to a dog?
See, treats they should be like treats. They should be like rewards.
Okay.
You have to give them when you're training your dog, or you want to keep it busy for a little while. And it should not exceed 10% of the total meal ration which is recommended. So if your dog is having like a 200 gram ration designed, then you have to maximum like 20 grams of treat can be given, because they are very high calorie ones and they can cause other complications like obesity and all.
Correct.
So not recommended.
So when what you're saying about treats is, it should ideally be a reward system rather than at any point in time. If we do something correctly, like she had a habit of morning paper she used to get for us from our side.
So then she brings the paper and you feed her a small bit. That's how you do it. And many people consider their pets as their kids, but it's different. For kids, you can give chocolate once in a while. For dogs, it's not recommended at all. Don't give any kind of chocolates to your dog. They're not good.
Even which is like a dark chocolate or
dark chocolate तो बहुत ही बड़ा नो है.
अच्छा, वो ज़्यादा नो है. अच्छा, ज़्यादा
प्रॉब्लमेटिक रहता है. इनफैक्ट हम जो खाना खाते हैं उसमें से काफ़ी चीज़ें हैं. गार्लिक हो गया, अनियंस हो गए.
Okay.
These are not good in a longer run. Salt, a bit of salt like what we have, उतना ही खाना चाहिए. Salty things should be avoided. Salt you have to, because all foods will have some salt in it.
Okay.
But very small quantities just for taste, or like जिसमें iodine होता है, तो dogs also need iodine for their thyroid. So that much of food content has, otherwise not needed.
So a lot of times I see, when they are the developing stage in the first year, they have diarrhea many times.
Yes. See, there are actually multiple reasons, but most prime reason is that we overfeed the dog. Simple indigestion बोलते हैं हम उसको. Overfeeding is the primary cause and most vastly found cause. Some dogs are having allergies or they have intolerances against some ingredients. Lactose intolerance is very common in dogs and cats. So lactose दूध से आता है.
एक चीज़ पूछना था, that when you said milk, are you saying milk products in itself? So दूध, dahi, paneer.
Almost, they are also included, because though paneer and all will be formed after the lactic acid forms, means lactose is broken down and it forms the chunks. लेकिन dogs में और cats में lactase enzyme कम रहता है, तो अगर थोड़ा भी amount उसमें से lactose का अगर आ रहा है, तो उससे lose motion होने के chances है. So we should avoid products which are going to cause, means we don't know whether your dog is intolerant or not, so don't take that risk.
So the next question that comes to my mind is, when should I transition my puppy to adult food?
So for small size breeds, they get adult at around 10 months. So that is when you do your transition.
Okay, I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, then medium size puppies, you have to transition them around 12 months of age. And for large size breeds, we generally do it at 15 to 18 months. So small breeds, I would say Chihuahuas,
Huh.
Pugs, Shih Tzus, Lhasa Apsos are small breeds. Around 10 months, you can shift to adult food.
Correct.
And then, like what we said, medium breeds, I would consider Beagles, Cocker Spaniels, they are medium breeds.
Okay.
And then the large breeds are Golden Retrievers, Labradors,
German Shepherds.
and German Shepherds.
Germans. Okay. So when we talk about vitamins and minerals, I want you to educate the audiences and me also. And what happens when certain vitamins and minerals are missing in the diet?
If it is missing, definitely. See, what happens, calcium phosphorus is responsible for better health of bones. Proteins are for muscular things, and DHA, like I said, for vision and brain. So if your products or the product what you're using or the food what you're cooking at home, if these ingredients are lacking, then you will see these systems are weaker or they don't develop to the optimum point. Secondly, if you see the requirement itself changes, like we are discussing about the adult shifting.
Correct.
So once your dog has become an adult, his requirement for energy, requirement for nutrition has reduced considerably. So a puppy diet will be more energy dense.
Okay.
And it will have more calories, more protein. Your adult dog will have less calories, less protein, because they tend to get obese. If you feed a different food from the age group, then they can get obese. And if they get obese at a very early age, it's even dangerous because they get joint diseases and other problems pretty soon. So being a good parent also means that you feed them the right ingredient and right amount of food.
Correct. Now, the next question that I have with me is healthy weight. You just spoke about obesity.
Yes.
Now, there's this fine line between, being obese or being overweight or being healthy. Now, how do I find that for my puppy or my dog? One. And how do I maintain that?
As a doctor, we generally, when a puppy is presented to us, we have a body condition scoring.
Okay.
And if the owner is compliant, we definitely teach them the scoring also. How to see that your pup is growing well, and the body score should be within the limits. Free feeding is something which I generally avoid. Means like आपने बाउल रखा है, उसमें आप फूड छोड़ के जा रहे हो, मैं अभी काम पे जा रहा हूँ तो मैं फूड रख के जाऊँगा, वो सबसे गलत काम है. आपने वो नहीं करना है. आप कंट्रोल्ड रखिए, सुबह का रात का टाइम फिक्स कीजिए और उसका दिन का राशन उसमें दे दीजिए.
And generally we tend to think, that animals only eat when they're hungry.
Hungry, yes. But dogs don't understand that. See, they can't decide themselves what they are eating, why they are eating, and when they are eating. Your pup will be more healthy if he gets exercise, balanced nutrition, and required quantities. This is the key to have a good puppy.
Okay, so nowadays there is a lot of conversation on the internet and also between pet parents where they talk about grain-free diets. Let's go grain-free. My puppy is on a grain-free diet. Is it a sensible choice?
Some dogs are really allergic to a particular grain or the content in it, like gluten or something. Then you should definitely avoid. Otherwise, grain actually is a good source of carbohydrate for body. It gives easy digestible source of carbohydrates. And you should not avoid grain unless there is an allergy which is noted. So I would recommend giving a bit of grain in the food.
And would you have examples coming to your clinic, where people tend to put their pets on these weird kind of diets?
the grain-free diets means a few people are vegans, so they try to make their dog vegan. Some people are non-vegetarian, they will be only non-vegetarian dogs. So I believe more in nutritional balance. It should be a complete and balanced food. You should not go extreme or at any part. That's what is recommended.
So how do I select pet food for my pet?
Okay. Selecting your pet food is actually easy. You have to ask 3 questions. When you're standing in front of the shelf, ask whether this food is safe for my pet. If it's designed for my pet's breed or its age, its size. And then thirdly, we have to also see that this food is going to provide a good nutrition. It's more balanced food and it should be complete nutrition. Then if all these 3 questions are answered, I think that's the right food brand for your pet.
So how important is proper nutrition when it comes to kittens?
Kittens grow very fast in first couple of months, or maybe first 6 months the growth is very fast. So we have to take care of this crucial part of their life. We have to provide the most ingredients, most healthy ingredients, most nutritional food at this time. It should have DHA in it. DHA is actually going to help with better development of brain, better vision, and it makes your pets more intelligent also.
Again, coming back to the question for kittens, that how much and how often should I feed them?
Okay. So for kittens, their stomach size is small. So you have to feed them, for first 6 months, you have to give around 4 meals a day. And from 6 to 12 months, you can reduce it down to 3 meals a day. And for adults, about 12, maybe 2 times a day is okay, or 3 times also is fine. And quantities are actually different at different age groups. So you have to refer to the chart which is mentioned behind every food packet. So you don't miss or give less food in that case.
And again, if I have to transition my kitten, is it the similar to a dog or is it different?
Similar, concept is similar. You have to shift from, if you are shifting from a dog kitten food to adult food, it is to be changed, or you have to mix these 2 foods, and the change should be very gradual in a period of 7 to 10 days. You keep changing the quantities of the new food, you increase, and the earlier food you decrease gradually, and you give a mix of both. And for cats which are like very huge in size, you can change the food at 15 months of age.
So again, coming back to one more question, the right amount of food, because 3 times in that I understand, and you said that, it is written behind the pack and everything.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we get this in our mind, right? कि नहीं वो बहुत active है. Yes, we would have that it is very active. So what is the right amount should I
Okay. See,
how do I judge that?
Actually, if you see, there are few brands which have designed the food according to the activity. There are foods available for indoor cats. There are foods available for outdoor cats. There are foods available for sterilized cats, neutered cats. Because the requirement changes, if your dog is, the cat is going to stay inside the home for all time, and you're feeding high protein, she'll get obese. So for indoor cats, the calories are little lesser, and we feed according to that. Food quantity wise, if you say randomly, it could be around 60 to 80 grams, but it differs according to the type of food also.
Okay, so now indoor, outdoor. So this is specifically to cats, or in dogs also something like this available?
Dogs also have foods which are specific for neutered, like the ones which are castrated or spayed. But activity levels in cats are measured differently. So I think the emphasis is on indoor, outdoor cats rather. In dogs, it is more towards the breeds, rather than the activity levels. And foods also need to be transitioned, like we were discussing about the adult food, when to introduce. If you introduce the adult food early phases, then it can lead to deficiencies because, like I mentioned, adult foods have less protein, less calories, less calcium. So then if you give it at a younger age, then it is not good. So you have to be careful of that also.
Okay. Is giving cows milk a good practice for a kitten?
It's a big myth which is prevalent in India that cats need milk.
It's an absolute myth.
It's a myth, yes.
Cats don't need milk at all.
Yeah. They need milk from their mother.
Of course.
Mother's milk is very important. Cow's milk, no. Buffalo milk, no. There are milk replacers which are available if your kitten is orphaned or she needs special, her mother is not having enough milk. You can give milk replacers which are commercially available. They are designed for that because cats actually lack lactase enzyme. Lactase enzyme is the enzyme which helps in digesting milk. Like when we consume milk, we have an enzyme called lactase which breaks down milk and we can get the nutrition out of it.
Okay.
So if a cat gets milk, she'll have diarrhea, she'll have indigestion. So strongly recommended no milk.
No. Okay. You mentioned DHA for dogs.
Yes.
Is it similar for kittens?
Similar.
It's needed?
Yeah, it's very much needed. DHA is useful for humans also. It's omega-3 fatty acid, which is going to help in healthy and better growth or better, stronger cognitive abilities, vision, better development of brain. So these three things are something which help to develop the personality of the dog. You will see a mention of DHA. You will see if DHA is not written, omega-3 fatty acid is written on that. Okay. Enriched with omega-3 or something.
What about supplements? Are they needed for a kitten from a young age?
Supplements are like itself, it says that it is a supplement. If the food is falling short, then you need a supplement. So if you're feeding good food, balanced food, which has everything in it, supplements are not necessary. Supplements are necessary only in cases where you're not able to deliver or give adequate food and adequate quantities. Otherwise, supplements are not necessary if you're giving good quality food.
And how do I introduce solid food to a kitten?
It should be balanced. You should not be giving only solids or only liquids. Liquid or wet food is more easily digestible, and solid foods are necessary to help with satiety. They help with cleaning teeth also. Like the cats don't brush. Means cat food should be balanced with wet food and dry food both.
Dry food and wet food both. And as you mentioned, dental health. Yes. So we see a lot of Instagram videos now with parents brushing their dogs' teeth and everything. But I don't think a cat is ever going to allow that to happen. Their personality is very different.
Yes.
So I wanted to understand, how do we take care of dental health for a cat?
Dental health of cat, you can actually consult your vet at a regular basis. There are specific foods which are available which are having a specific shape of the kibble or having some ingredients, some enzymes which are added to the food, which helps with cleaning the teeth and keeping the oral health, which along with teeth, I think gums are also our concern, and good foods will have these things covered into it.
And like you said earlier, wet or dry food, ideally it should be a balance of both. Is that what you would recommend?
Yeah. Balanced, because see, wet food ka kaam ye hai, it has to be like wet food provides hydration. Dry foods are dehydrated. So wet food will provide adequate hydration. It's easy to chew, it's easy to eat, and it's easy to digest also. While dry foods, they, like I said, they clean the oral cavity, they clean the teeth, and when it sits in the stomach, it slowly gets digested. So that satiety, that jo pet bhar gaya karke jo hai, that sensation comes.
And what about diarrhea? This I see with kittens a lot.
Yeah. So diarrhea actually is a very broad term.
Okay.
It can happen due to many reasons. Feeding milk is one of the reasons. There could be infections which are there. There could be parasites. So deworming your pet is very important. Deworming at regular intervals and avoid giving milk and milk products is the thing. And if your food has some ingredient which your cat is or kitten is sensitive towards, that also can cause diarrhea. So choose your pet's food wisely.
And uh, we see this a lot in dogs, and now this conversation has also come to kittens and cats, is obesity. How do I avoid that?
See, the obesity is a major concern in all fields now. Even in humans, obesity is at peak. And cats are considered, they are more active. So we have to adjust our food type and food quantity according to the activity of your cat. Like I said, indoor cat, outdoor cat, foods are available. You can choose it in that way, or you can adjust the food what you have. You can adjust the quantity according to the size of your cat and the activity of your cat. And we have some people who feed treats to cats. Treats are again, they are like unnecessary calories which are coming in. So avoid overfeeding treats. You can give treats. Treats are good. You can have better connect with your pet. But overfeeding is something which
something we should avoid. And because generally a kitten, cat, they come from a lineage of carnivorous diet.
Yes.
Should they be on grain-free diets? Would it be okay for them?
A grain-free diet is something which I don't see working, because grain actually is a part of our food now. We eat a lot of grain. It provides good carbohydrate, easy to digest calories. Unless your cat shows intolerance or some kind of allergy to a particular grain, I don't think there is any harm in having grains.
And what about human food? Is it okay to give it to a kitten or a cat?
Human foods are actually designed for humans, and we should not mess with it, because
Oh my God.
we give our food contains onions, we have garlic, we have so many other spices included, and cats don't need all that stuff. So it's easy. We don't eat cats' food, and cats don't eat.
Cats, even for dogs, would you say?
Dogs also same thing. Yeah.
Okay. I am now
No table scrap. That is one of the reasons for obesity also. When you are eating something, you're feeding your dog, and that also is one of the causes. So that's the power of science and knowledge that you get. And good you asked me these questions, because otherwise it would have been like people think मैं तो सालों से ये food देता हूँ.
How can I support my kitten's urinary health?
Urinary tract infections in cats, male cats and female cats, are very common because our food generally, what people feed is more dry food, and it lacks the wet food thing. Secondly, urinary tract of cats is having predisposition towards urinary tract infections. So because the pH of their urine is different, and feeds can alter. What you feed changes the pH of the urine. So we need more pH balanced foods. Food packets will have it mentioned on the packet with pH, urinary pH adjusted or urinary pH taken care formula. So you should prefer those.
So, sir, I have asked you a ton of questions, but to summarize this entire podcast, what are these golden rules that a first-time pet parent should know?
See, there are few things which you need to take care. When you're buying the puppy, you need to get it checked from the nearest vet. Puppy kitten, you need to check from the nearest vet. Secondly, he'll recommend you for deworming, vaccination of your pet. Follow that religiously. It's for better health of your puppy and kitten for a pet. Thirdly, you have to be giving good quality nutrition to your pet according to the size and breed of your pet. I recommend Royal Canin because I have seen they have a good research-oriented products range of cat and dog foods, and you have to be more responsible, the pet parent. You have to see that your dog or cat is adequately getting the social exposure and good health and good nutrition throughout the life.
Thank you so much, sir. So, thank you everybody for joining us on one more episode of Becoming a Better Pet Parent. I hope we have learned a lot of things from here and see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great day.